Hello, everybody, and welcome to a daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Sunday, here we are, the end of the week, nearly the start of a new one. How is everybody? What are you up to? I see there's a load of you in the chat here. Let's nip through and say a few hellos, shall we? Julie Baldwin's in the chat saying that her back popped yesterday. I know privately she said she was in a fair bit of agony. If anybody has any bad back remedies, pass them Julie's way because it sounds like she's in a bit of trouble. I've got a friend of mine as well that suffers from bad backs a fair bit, and it can absolutely lay him out flat. Usually involves a hard chair and a load of painkillers, but hopefully she'll feel better soon. I've got a hell of a long night ahead of me. I'll be working through again. It's one of those where I go to bed when go out when it's dark and come back when it's daylight. And I had a vehicle breakdown on me as well. So I've got extra to do tomorrow morning. So could be a long one. Who we got? Alan Edge. Good to see you there. Yes, we have got this. Cosmic War Toad. Good to see you. Declan. Good evening all. Hope you're keeping well. I'm keeping well. Hope everyone's keeping well. Gary Thornbury, good to see you. Alan Pierce, good to see you. I've seen you commenting on a few things today, which is all good. Mad Spaniel, you've been playing with your new light bulbs, Wi-Fi ones. I tell you, I went out for a drink with a friend of mine who's an IT consultant, and he looks after various businesses around the area, small businesses, and one of which is a pub with the so-called Wi-Fi light bulbs. And we went to go for a drink there, and they wanted to charge us 12 quid to get in. And I thought, no, I'm not paying 12 quid. And he said, hang on a minute. And he said to the bouncer that if he didn't let us in, he'd switch all the lights off. And when he said, how are you going to do that? Out comes the phone. And we got in the end. But the drink weren't great, so we didn't stay very long, but it was worth it just for a prank. Bridget, hello to you. Julie, here you go. Anyone got a quick fix for a bad back? It popped yesterday. I'm in absolute agony, so if anyone can help Julie out, that'd be great. Here we go. On YouTube, watch Bob and Brad. They are physical therapists. I think I've heard of them, actually. But I get twinges in the back every now and again. The problem is with blokes when we get a bit plump, it all goes round here, doesn't it? You end up stooping over like this. Well, from tomorrow, I'm just going for it. I want to get rid of the chins and I want to get rid of a bit of this down here because we've got some grading coming up in December and I want to be ready for it and fit as a fiddle. So that'll be good. Yeah, Paul Hoskin, nothing worse than a bad back. That's another person saying, okay, here's a handy one. Alan Pierce, my mum uses a hot water bottle wrapped in a towel. I haven't heard of a towel, but I should imagine hot water bottle's pretty cool. Little Kitty, good evening, folks. Are you all okay? I might not write a lot tonight, in a lot of pain again. Bless you. Best wishes to you as well. And hope you're okay. Where else? There was another comment that I skipped. Little 5.5 watt LED lights. Can't you drag a volunteer in to pop them in for you? Isn't ibuprofen supposed to be bad for you, Cosmic Water? I think too much of it. I think it's like everything in moderation, but I think too much of it can cause you a problem. I think when you're on certain medication as well, I don't think you're supposed to actually take it at all. I might stand corrected there, but yeah. There we go. Paracetamol and ibuprofen. Pain and anti-inflammatory, isn't it? I don't know if I told you all the story, but after my friend's funeral, I came home and I got rather plastered. and I fell over straight through a desk and bruised up a load of my ribs. Oh God, it was awful. And I was popping paracetamol and ibuprofen for a good couple of weeks. Just about took the edge off of it. Mad Spaniel. Similar problem. The ceiling in my living room is very high. Can't reach them. No step ladders. That's why I've got 4 table lamps. Have you got one of those older houses, Mad Spaniel? Because most of them, the ceilings are very, very high, aren't they? Well, are they Victorian or something like that? I think my house was built in the 80s, the one that I rent. Obviously, the one that we're in now. So, you know, we got ceilings I can touch with my fingers. Mark Evans, sleep is bad for you. Look how many people die in their sleep. Isn't that the truth? Although I do like my sleep. Little kitty, in my case, it's severe dystonia. Docs keep messing around, so I'm nowhere near getting an operation. You're on a waiting list, little kitty. Couple of insomniacs in the house as well. Robert Allport, good to see you. Hello. Anna Perkins, good to see you. I've not seen you around for a little bit, commenting on bits and pieces. I hope you're well. Sexy Buggers here. Good to see you. Yeah, Lorraine McQueen is here. Good to see you. Hope you're okay. Blood Nose, hello to you. I don't know whether my uncle Gary's going to be here tonight. I spoke to him on the phone. Oh God, yesterday, and he said he may pop in and say hello. I told him I was on tonight. Christine Ayres, higher. Tesco's raising their prices again. Their cheap frozen meals jumped by 60 pence each in a day. Crazy price gouging. At this rate, they'll be on par with Waitrose. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, you've got them and you've got the Asda's budget range messing about as well, don't you? Between them all, we'll starve. I do have to wonder though, what's cheapest, buying this pre-prepared crap, or just getting fruit and veg and your own meat and doing it from scratch? I really don't know. Paul Taverner, aka Easily Triggered. Hello all. Hello. Good to see you. I love that screen name. Richie Reports. Hello to you. Lorraine McKenzie as well. Good to see you. Lorraine's been working all day, so wanted to take a break. That's the opposite to me, Lorraine. I've been having a break all day, and now I've got to go to work. I suppose we get there in the end, don't we? Alan Pearce is getting back on form. That's good. Sexy Bugger says your video is not showing. What do you mean my video is not showing? Is that me? Anna Perkins gets pinched nerves in her back. We're all talking backs tonight, aren't we? Keezy, evening Andy, good to see you. Hope I got your screen name right. I have a bad back and I use strong CBD cream that works in about 20 minutes. Yeah, there's a friend of mine who has trouble with his legs that uses that. I think you can get stuff on Amazon that's a reasonable strength to sort it out. Mr. JJ2K, candles and clay pots. Gary Thornbury, do you have underground power lines? Hi, John. Good to see you. And Sanity Checkers as well. Good to see you. Scooby-Doos. I love that name. The old Scooby and Shaggy. Derek Cohen, Merry Christmas. I'll tell you what, we had Christmas songs playing in my house earlier, and it gave me nightmares. Julie's using a hot water bottle, paracetamol, and ibuprofen. So many off the list here. Uh, I use a TENS machine for my back. Sanity Checkers says, yeah, I've heard those before. I've heard those. Hang on a minute. Some kind of work things just come through. Yeah. Part of my airport business, so I have like an electronic booking system, and it sends a text message to the customer the day before saying we're going to come and get you. And about 2 or 3 weeks before, they always send me a message checking I'm going to come and get them. And that was that just then. Surf, use the gel instead. Okay. Yeah, you can get it in different forms, can't you? I used to have the you get it liquid in a dropper bottle, probably about that big, with a little squeezy pipette thing. I used to use that. Just a couple of drops under the tongue used to take pain away from me. Came home from work feeling yucky. At least I get to see this live for once. Well, let's send best wishes to Paul as well. It appears we've got a few sicky people in the house this evening. Hi, Mum. Good to see you. Uncle Gary's in the house. I was just talking about you. Sam, we spoke yesterday, so good to see you as well. Members of the family. Sexy Bugger, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Much appreciated. That will go in the Coke Fund. I was given aspirin when I had my stroke. Was trying to tell the nurse I can't have aspirin because it bleeds. Thins the blood, doesn't it, Bridget? I think you have to be careful with that. Just about to mention that I can't take ibuprofen as I have asthma, but para or cocolimalt needs to be taken with respect. Keezy, will we have blackouts this winter? Until it happens, I'm taking it as scaremongering. You know, she's saying that we're going to have enough energy, and then in the same breath, she's saying, "Oh, we're all screwed." So I'm taking it as scaremongering. Personally, I really am. John Harris, good to see you. Bev Berry, hello. Blue Neeson, hello. You've got lots of the regulars in. This is good. This is good. Oh my God. Not even on the waiting list for an op yet. Hospital after hospital keep messing my referrals up and kick me out the system. Got an appointment in December, though, in Romford. I'm in Staffordshire. God, that's a bit of a trek, isn't it? Jesus. My handyman told me last week that gas prices went up by 30 cents a gallon overnight. Woo-wee. Yeah, there is some big jumps. We've got a situation here where it looks like the fuel prices might be going up again next week. I've got a couple of my work colleagues on fuel cards, so they get advance notice of the prices, and their price is higher, and they usually track a little bit below the pump price that I would pay. So, yeah, could be interesting again. You never know. So I'm just trying to find a comment that I noticed. Come on, where are you? There we go. There we go. Lorraine, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. This is for Jack to congratulate him on karate. Yes, my little man got his red belt. So very, very, very pleased with that. They do gradings every 3 months with karate. The next one's going to be in December, so slightly before. They like to get one in, just before Christmas. And I'm going to do my purple belt, hopefully. So from tomorrow to that point, I shall start training again and get myself in shape and all the rest of it. I was quite inspired actually. We have a guy at karate who started karate in about 1975, and he had a really long break from it. I mean, years and years and years. And he come back, and at the age of 77, would you believe, last week he got his brown belt. And to put that into perspective, that's well, he's got another 3 belts to go to get a black belt. 77. You know, it just shows you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Hello, Rafi. Good to see you. Joe Burgess. Cheesecake Silicina. Is that how you say that? But hello to you. Good to see you. Yeah, Alan. Best way, cross the bridge when we get to it. Totally. Totally get where you're coming from there. Nothing on telly, so I'm tuning in. Kim Laura Fowler says, well, welcome. Yes, I think you might be right there, sexy bugger. Some of the stuff that he's been coming out with, I'm not very enamored myself. I think he's trying to kill us all. Could be the thing there. Hello, Human Beef. Praying everyone is warm and cozy. It's freezing up here. Yeah, it's a little bit chilly down here. Listen, I've put some information out, videos on the channel over the last few days about when the help's coming. I know it's not a lot of help, granted, but you know, this £400 rebate. I found out the dates when things are coming and how it'll be sent out to you depending on what your energy supply is. I put a video out today, which you'll see on the channel, which tells you how you'll get stuff if you're on a prepayment meter. And then the other day, I told you about the direct debit. I mean, it's roughly £60 a month for the next few months, and it will get to us one way or the other. Crap though, absolute crap. Why are we in this position? Oh, yeah, I was reading about this one earlier, Tony. PayPal wants us to believe it was all just an accident when they updated their policy, fining users for misinformation. Rubbish. They only reversed the policy after global backlash. Correct. Absolutely correct. I think if they could have gotten away with it, they would have continued. That would have been the way of it. It's only because they got caught out and called out they backed off. I mean, the worrying thing is, I use PayPal for my. I don't know if you can see it on the phone here, but I don't mind showing you. I use a thing called iZettle. No, it's not going to bloody show, is it? Do that bloody thing. No, it's because it's got a white background. It's not going to show too well. But I use a thing called iZettle, which is an app on the phone, and you get like a squared gadget thing where you can take card payments. And iZettle is owned by PayPal. So whenever you process a transaction into iZettle, goes into PayPal. And I was reading that PayPal, you know, getting a bit intrusive with regard to people when they've got differing opinions to what the narrative is, shall we say. And I didn't like that, but you know, the problem is, what other options are there? I mean, I've got 2 PayPal accounts, one for the business and one for Andy the Gabby Cabby. I keep them both separate because you never know what troublemakers there might be out there wanting to ruin your day. So I don't put all my eggs in one basket. It's definitely wise not to. Cool. Human Beef, my grandson got his yellow belt today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well done to your grandson. I bet you're proud. It's quite an achievement for the younger ones when they get that. I mean, we went through it with Jack. I mean, I did my red belt long time ago. And the further you go through karate, the more you have to stack up here. It's like a layer cake. You have to remember thing after thing after thing. And I took him out and went through it all. No, I didn't know that, Suzanne. Doing a live and it got pulled because he was talking about. That's very interesting to know. It just shows you, doesn't it, that they're keeping an eye on things and they'll only let certain things be talked about. Hi, Red Scouse. I have a black belt in origami. Mess with me, I'll fold you into a duck. I used to know a bit of origami. I could do a cup, a sailing boat, a paper crane, and one other thing. And I can't quite remember what it was, but it's an old art teacher at school that taught me. Oh, Andy, I worry about my friends in the UK not having heat for the cold weather. We're all worried. We're all worried over here. It's I think they've made a complete pig's ear of the whole thing. I think we're going to have to make certain measures. I mean, I worry about my family. I mean, when I was on my own living in a flat, I'm going back years. It used to get very cold, and I was adept at putting up with it. But yeah, no, my family like their heat. My wife likes to be warm, and obviously my kids deserve to be warm. So that could be interesting times ahead. All I do is just work as hard as I can and get the money in. That's all I can do, really. Uh, Jeremy Foster, will Jack beat you up? He beats me up all the time, Jeremy. he does. He does a bit of boxing around the garden with his brother as well. Kathy Dando, I moved to Malta just in time before Brexit and COVID. I'd never have survived in the UK as I was low income self employed. Brexit was reclaiming our borders, but that hasn't worked, has it? What's Malta like? I've got a customer that's got well, she did have an apartment over there. I don't know if she still is there. My late dad had a brown belt in Shotokan karate. That's the style that we do, Christine. He once had a fight with a neighbour who was 20 years his junior. My dad had this guy on the ground fast. Bullies need to be put in their place. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, in karate, we do a thing called a kata, which is a series of movements, uh, basically kicks, blocks, punches, and all the rest of it. And there's a thing with it that's called, I think it's pronounced bunkai, and it shows you how the moves in the kata are actually relate to a real fight. I mean, it's like, well, one of the things is like that, and it's like a block, and it shows you how to do it. Quite interesting stuff when you drill down into it. Well, if you're into that sort of thing, anyway. Christine, good for your dad, Gary says. Absolutely. The temperature has just dropped. The wife's just come in. Alan, I love it. Oh, dear. This is the Daily Natter with Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. Welcome if you just joined us. Good to see you on a Sunday. Monday tomorrow, isn't it? If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, the old thumbs up. Let's get those cracking up there. And also, if you're new to the channel and you're just watching, I would appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button as well. That's free to do. And I think we're getting fairly near another milestone looking at it before I came on. So we're going great guns. Lorraine uses PayPal a lot now. Didn't you steer clear of it at one stage, Lorraine? I seem to remember. I might be wrong. For PayPal. But I only did payments in the Vatican. That's how you tell them, isn't it? Cafe Dando, Mad Spaniel, cooler but still sitting outside. Yeah. Yeah. If I had my way, it would be the old days of taxi driving, Richie. Cash, 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 cash. Because after all, cash is king. But it's all going electronic, isn't it? I mean, I know the job I'm doing tonight will be cash. The one in the morning will be cash. and I'm not sure about the one on the way back, but we will see. Uh, yeah, I can't argue with that, Dean. Nuts, absolutely nuts. And we're all in this predicament we're in because of it. Hi, Lucinda. Good to see you. I tell you, I had. Hello, what we got here? On this planet, there will never be a nuclear war. The Americans and Russians know this because the aliens will end it before it begins and take control of the Earth. Humans have been warned. Nanu, nanu. Yes, I mean, we see it in the news. Now, I did a video on this because I wanted to see what your opinion is. But, mutually assured destruction, folks. If one side starts it, the other side will retaliate. We're all fucked. Uh, you know, they know this. Are they man? If Putin dares, goodbye. Is that is that really what he wants? Is that really what anyone wants? Scary that it's even being spoken about. I saw a thing the other day where they were trying to claim that this is worse than the Cuban Missile Crisis. I mean, I wasn't alive in the early '60s, so I don't remember, but they think so. Paul Hoskin, I get those all the time. I just ignore them. I don't want one of those infernal things in my house. Matt Walton, hello to you. I only got to black tag in Taekwondo, but I did learn Hurang, which was a lovely pattern to learn. Sorry, my phone has water in its case, so I don't have all my letters. Yeah, I did Taekwondo for a bit when I was a teenager because I wanted to do martial arts when I was at university. And that's what they had, so I started. Yeah, YouTube gave me a bit of a fright yesterday. Cheers, David L. Thanks, Andy. You're a charmer, but I need to fight too. Yeah, YouTube gave me a bit of a fright yesterday. I went to upload a couple of videos and I found that I couldn't monetize anything. I couldn't do anything. I usually do. All the buttons had disappeared, and I thought, oh God, have I been deplatformed? Have they? And I was getting in a mad panic. I was at Gatwick at the time, and I had the YouTube app on my phone, and there's only so much you can do on that to find out, this and that, and what's going on. I phoned my wife and I said, "Can you get on the computer and have a look and tell me what's on there?" No monetize buttons. Oh my God, what have I done? And then I contacted another YouTuber I know and asked them, and they said you should have been told, and I never was. And I got back home later on, and as part of being a YouTube partner, you have access to a support line where you hit a button in the YouTube studio, and you can log on and you can talk to somebody. And when I logged on, there's like 120 people waiting to be dealt with. Something's odd here because there never usually is. Turns out it was a technical upgrade they were doing overnight, and I shouldn't have had to worry. It was all fine by the morning. So I thought, but yeah, very, very scary. I noticed some other YouTubers are having difficulty with some of their content with regard to comments and other things going on in their channels. It just seems to be an odd couple of days where things aren't quite as they should be. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. But we shall see. What did you start your karate, Andy? I'm assuming you mean why. Uh, what it was years ago, my eldest son, Lewis, started it. I was like a fat, overweight taxi driver, exactly the same as I am now. And I was watching this and I thought, I can do this crap too. So I basically turned around to the karate instructor and said, "What do I have to do?" And he just said, "Simple, turn up." And that was it. Just turn up. And the rest, as they say, is history. I did have a I did have a long break from it because I had to have an operation a few years ago. You probably won't see it, but I got a scar on my neck there. I used to have a thyroid. I don't anymore. And because of that happening and also the business taking off as it did, I just didn't have time for the karate. So it was a bit of a layover. And then Cobra Kai came along and Jack liked Cobra Kai. So we ended up going to karate and I've started again. And I very much regret actually leaving because a guy I did my last grading with is now a black belt, which is what I should be. But I did have a bit of time off. Hello, Paulson Dawson. Good to see you. Yeah, we have got a nice crowd here tonight, Lorraine. It's good. I like it. It's all calming down, which is wonderful. Hello, James One. Good to see you. Human Beef used to practice Taekwondo. Yeah, I read something about that, Tony. And it's probably a Microsoft product he's got up his sleeve, isn't it? Which will fit the bill. Is karate defend only, or is it attack as well? Well, we have a little book, I suppose, a little burgundy-coloured book, which is when you open it up, you have your insurance in there. Basically, if you get injured while you're training, and then there's a picture of the founder of Shotokan Karate, and there's a little statement underneath that says you can only ever use it for the defense of yourself and others, i.e., friends and family. What they're basically saying is don't attack. It's for defense only. If I remember, I'll read the thing to you next time I come in. But it's kind of funny because you develop a sense of martial awareness. So if you're in a situation, you kind of instinctively know if that person's about to lump you one, and if you sense that, you get in first, and it's perfectly justifiable according to what's set out, but it's still considered defense because you're defending yourself against something you know is coming. Yeah. I love Taekwondo. My instructor used to joke, "What do you call a TKD student with arthritis? A karate student." Yeah, Taekwondo's Korean, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Korean. Ugh. Al Barker, see Hugo talk short video about primary schools getting kids to make insect pizzas. Is that something you'd want Jack doing and eating at school? No, it bloody well isn't. He wouldn't either. I pay careful attention to what goes on in the school because at the end of the day, that's the future for us, isn't it? Where we need to know our future and we need to know our kids are getting guided correctly. Yeah, Tony, I saw this. Let's start off with 2 words. Made in America. Hey, Joe, here's 2 words for you. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, exactly. Apparently, the sales of candles has gone up now due to everyone buying them. It's a bit like hand sanitizer in lockdown, isn't it? This will be the next commodity, power. Yeah, I've read that one. You wonder if there's truth in it. I read somewhere he's held up in a bunker in Siberia somewhere. well away from everywhere, which could get splattered. Yes, Judas 2011. That is exactly what it stands for. Mike Alligators, good to see you. Sent you a few emails now. Other than my first one, not received a reply. I've had a couple from you, Mike, and I've replied to both. So I don't know if you sent any more. I am getting a bit of a trouble lately with the spam filter on my email. I keep having to check the spam box because people I am communicating with end up getting dumped in there, and I can't work it out. I keep saying, Lorraine's another one that emails me, and I found one of her emails in my spam folder, and I thought I don't want Lorraine in my spam folder, so I'll have another check at that when I've finished. Yankee Candles, yeah, that's one. 100 billion in aid to Ukraine so far, totally ridiculous. Also, Rendlesham Forest in the 80s, UFOs disabled the UK's nukes. It's a true story. So I hope our ET friends are still around. Yeah, that's my favourite theory on that. I really do believe that as well, and I'm sure many other people do. I'm not actually going to say it because I don't want to fall foul, the same as Mr. Qualt. Oh dear, I have a wax warmer I use in the fall and winter since I have scents like apple, cinnamon, and pumpkin spice. It makes my home smell lovely. Don't start my mother off on, oh God, too late. Too late. Is it Scentsy? Mum's asking. She's asking that because she used to sell the damn things. I think she still might actually. Yeah, that's possible. Anything's possible. Here we go. In January, Biden says the stock market hit record after record after record on his watch. Today, the stocks have lost 7.6 trillion in value since Biden took office. Yes. Well, it's just bullshit, isn't it? Absolute bullshit. That girl 81, your sound keeps disappearing on YouTube. Okay. I don't know whether it's a bandwidth issue or something. I appear to be all right at this end, so I'm not sure whether it might be yourself. Maybe take yourself out and come back in again. See what happens. Yeah, that was on the telly the other day. That one. But then when he was challenged on it, he was told he was misrepresented, misinterpreted. And I think it's a case of he got called out. Carol James, how many children have you got, Andy? I've got two, an 18-year-old and a 9-year-old, both boys. Alan prefers cheese melts. Yes, I do as well. Michael Castrian, hello to you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're all right. It's hanging very well. It certainly is. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to get another live stream during the week. You've obviously noticed I'm not doing them every day of the week now. I think it was becoming a little bit stale, and it was becoming a bit hard to handle. Really, if you do them every day of the week, they're very time consuming, and you end up running out of things to talk about. So I like 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, I can see that, David L. That's where we end up talking in code words. I mean, we had to do that with the old convids, didn't we? I mean, was it Kung Flu, Vinder Flu, Wu Flu, and all that sort of thing? I can see that happening sooner or later, but like anything, we'll find a way around it. We always will. Tony from Hawley watching. Good to see you, Tony. The karate skid. Absolutely. Just trying to make sure I get everybody in here. It's central bank digital currency will be the next thing if we let them have their way. I don't know if it was you that said it earlier, Richie, but if it was you or whoever it was, I agree with you. All of this, we're going to pay £400 to your energy bills, and we're going to give you £150 for this and 600. It's the beginnings of state dependency, isn't it? You know, we're relying on you to give us a bit of a leg up. And I wonder whether the next thing will be, oh, we'll do this every month because it appears universal basic income right there, folks. That's what I'm looking for. That's my confirmation that the we'll call it the GR is a thing. Dave Bryan, judo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My my old man did Aikido when he was in the army and taught me about that when I was a kid. But you know, all of it's good stuff. As we, you know something. Andy, my mum had that operation. Oh, you mean that one, Lee? Yeah. Well, they took half of mine out because one thing they told me as well with the thyroid operation, you have nerves which run down there, which influence your voice box. And one of the things that can go wrong is you can talk, you can end up with a gruff voice like that if it all goes a bit wrong. So I said to them, I'm very mindful of my voice. I need my voice, so don't risk it. And what they ended up doing was taking half of my thyroid out and left the other half, and then that ended up growing, and I had a goiter, so they had to go in and get that half as well. So I actually had two operations over the course of a couple of years. But I've been on thyroxine for donkey's years now. Sorry, Andy, I've had a few pints. I mean, what age did you start karate? I think I was 33. I think I might have been 32, but I think I was 33. So I did come to it a bit late. 24 more likes needed to reach 100. Well, we're only going to go for another 5 minutes or so, folks, because I need to go and have a bit more sleep before I hit the road. I'm up Stansted tonight. I got 7 people, well, it's 6 adults and a baby to pick up from there, come home. And then I'm off to Gatwick in the morning with 6 golfers. And then I've got to bring someone back. So busy few hours for me, definitely. Andy, you have a choice. You can live forever or wish the world always lived in peace or nobody was born into poverty. Well, it's a hard choice between number 2 and 3. You know, you want to have your cake and eat it. I mean, no one lives forever. No one does, which is a sad thing, isn't it? But a peaceful world and no poverty would be nice. Protein, flies and lice. Andy, can you do the 1-inch punch? Not yet. Not yet. I'm still trying to work out how that's done. I've seen footage of it. It's pretty amazing. Steve C, hello to you. Bruce Lee was taught Wing Chun. Yeah, Bruce Lee had his own martial art as well called Jeet Kune Do. It's kind of a mixture of the best of all of the martial arts that he went into. Uh, I think professional boxers have to register their hands as deadly weapons, so can't fight in public. Might be wrong. I have no idea with that one, but so the power that some of those boxers can generate with their punches is frightening, isn't it? Absolutely frightening. Uh, yeah, Full Joe has got to go. I can't wait. Yes, I saw that one the other day. You read that one, folks, and it just gives you an idea of what's going on. Hi, Screw Politics. Good to see you. I can think of two words for Biden and the Democrats, and it's only two words. Donald. No, I think you meant fuck off, don't you? Uh, yeah, Korean Humour Beef says, yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was. Uh, Putin's been hiding in the Urals for months. All the TV stuff is bullshit. That's Michael Castrian. Don't ask for candles if you're buying candles. Absolutely. Parliament want us to have 3-hour power cuts. That'll mean that the supermarkets will be throwing millions of quid's worth of food out. Yeah, I didn't think of that, did they? I wonder if they have their own backup generators or some way around it. I don't know. What's this little conversation I'm missing here? Ah, yeah. I totally agree with you, John. Totally agree with you. That class wanted to launch the Russia-Ukraine war in 2016 when Trump got elected. It screwed up their plans. Videos popped up online. Yeah, well, I don't know whether it's true, but I read in the news that Trump did take a bit of a hard line on that. Alan Peace, a day of the gun clinic. Hello, Anonymous. Anonymous. Yeah, that one. Cheers, Surf. Yeah, Lorraine, I won't bother challenging. Uh, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Adam Gill, hello to you. Been in hospital again. Have you been doing what I think you've been doing? No more chances, I'm afraid. Mm. Well, I wish you well, Adam. I really do. I really do. What we got here? Pollyanna has sent a £1.49 super sticker. Thank you very much for your support as well. Wonderful, wonderful. YouTube is stopping me telling you, Andy. Google search Andy the Gabby Cabby Social Blade. Some of your vids aren't being paid for. Yeah, I had a look at Social Blade the other day, Alan. I couldn't work out bloody head nor tail of it. Somebody led me to that. Yeah. Trouble is, replace him with who? I totally agree with the bit of your sentence there, screw politics. Avid Gardner, what do you think about interest rates going up? It's a funny one, isn't it? Because you always say it's all right for savers, but bad for people with mortgages. But right now, how can we save anything if things are costing too much? It's it's a difficult one. I mean, if we were under normal circumstances, I'd be saying put a bit away, but it's will it work? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, somebody mentioned a troll this evening. There was somebody in the chat who wanted to have their cake and eat it. They were here and they were complaining that I'm not very educational and all the rest of it. Look, you come in, you give it a go. If you don't like it, leave. What more can I say? It really is that very simple. Don't pollute the environment and don't spoil it for everybody by going, meh, 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 meh. Just take your coat and walk. Simple. If I see any of that, it's unnecessary. I get people going, "Oh, why'd you shadow ban me? You're not fair. You're freedom of speech." I'll shut up. You spoil it for my subscribers. I will time you out. If you carry on, I will boot you. It's. I'm thinking of everybody else there. Speaking of which, thank you for the 99p super sticker, Tony. Much appreciated. Oh, Red Scouse, you do make me laugh. Oh, yeah. Talking of energy, we, Great Britain, are still supplying Ireland with 75% of their energy supply. They wanted independence this winter. We should let them freeze and sit in the dark. That's a conversation for another time, with everything that's going on. Should we really be as helpful to others? Yeah, I do. I did a video on that the other day, Avid Gardner, and I'm not going too far down that, but at the end of the day, people are going to mouth off, and whatever you do, right or wrong, fuck them, basically. Just let them get on with it. They got their own little corner of the World Wide Web. Let them pollute their own atmosphere. I'm sure they always will, but we are leaving that stuff behind. Ireland is all right. They have bog fuel. Mark Dover's telling me I'm very naughty. Well. Maybe I am. Right, I'm going to call it a day, folks. I want to go to bed. I'll try and get a couple of hours kipping before I go to Stansted. Lorraine, I haven't heard from Joe Murray for a long time. It's getting near that time of year where we swap Christmas cards, so I might send him and Ange something in the post. I've still got their address where you sent it to me last year, so they will hear from me. I know Joe's still a member of the channel, and I understand he's very busy. Andy, you're the best thing since sliced YouTube. Love it. Yeah, there's content there today. We've had the stream now. yeah, it is back to a normal routine, Bridget. Tomorrow, there'll be more content when I get it done. I'm working through the night basically, so I'll get some stuff done kind of during the day tomorrow for you. Tuesday there will be, Wednesday there'll be a live, Sunday there'll be a live, Thursday there'll be a members only live. And any of you that are channel members, I'll see you then. Have a good evening, folks. There's only a couple of hours left, isn't there? And I look forward to seeing you all in the comments section and everything tomorrow. Thank you for the backup support and everything else you give. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.